Heyo, welcome into CHGO Bets Daily, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. Download the app today and use promo code CHGO when you sign up. Welcome into a remote version of CHGO Bets Daily. I'm Sean Anderson, the host of CHGO Bets Daily. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. And alongside me is my partner in crime and my partner in degeneracy, Cody Delmendo. You can follow him on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. And what's up to Jack saying Thanksgiving football? Let's go. We got Thanksgiving football. We got football on a Sunday. We got football on a Monday. We got college football coming to you on our Friday show. I'm so excited for this week, Cody.
We got college football tomorrow too.
Yeah, and we got the Egg Bowl as well. So, and I got some picks as well. So we'll give you our picks for those games, and we'll get you all loaded for the entire NFL slate. How are you doing, Cody? Any bad bet beats from last night?
Well, I did. I took Arkansas last night. It was a great game, but they did not come through in the end. They lost by 3 to Creighton. It was a toss-up game. I took plus money. But I do feel really good about Arkansas moving forward. Again, playing without their best player, Nick Smith, who's going to be a stud in the NBA one day. I like Arkansas going forward. I already have a future on them to win the SEC. We're going to see. But I do think that them going to the Maui Invitational Tournament, playing the tough games that they played, except for against Louisville, because Louisville is a mid-major school now.
Slow down here.
Well, Louisville's bad, dude.
I know, but I just don't let people know about it so we can keep betting it.
Fair.
Let people
Louisville is the best team in the ACC, guys.
Remember when I got App State plus 5.5 at Louisville and they covered and won?
Well, the market is caught up because they play today and they're huge dogs again. And honestly, like fading them, like might as well check it out or consider it. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, Arkansas, I think they got good depth. I think their defense is solid. And once they get Nick Smith acclimated, I think once the conference play starts, you're going to really see them emerge as one of the top teams in the SEC. And I hate to say it, but I think the SEC is going to be the best conference in college basketball this year. So is what it is. I hate saying it because they're the best conference in college football. And like we always had it in basketball season was always ACC or Big Ten. And now the SEC just kind of rules in general. And I hate it. But
that NIL money is also being spent on basketball as well, which is just now dangerous. But Louisville taking on Cincinnati tonight in Cincinnati. Cincinnati 8.5-point favorites. I like the Bearcats.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much.
I like the Bearcats. I'm not going to bet it just because I haven't watched Cincinnati play a game yet this year. But I don't know.
I've watched enough Louisville basketball to know they stink. Jack R saying Big Ten is the best. I mean, we talked about this with Braggs, who also fading Braggs worked yesterday in that Arkansas Creighton game. He said take the over and the under hit.
No, he took the over in Arizona, San Diego State.
Oh, that one.
And the total finished at 157.
He got it at 166.
He was at 166, and that's what those big totals. That's all it takes is there to be like a 3-4 minute stretch where there's a drought.
San Diego State, I think, shot like 20% from 3. There you go. I mean, like literally, they make 3 more of those shots that over goes. So, I mean, that's the whole thing there. But we did talk about yesterday with Braggs, Purdue possibly winning the Big Ten. Jack R in the chat saying IU basketball looking like the best team in the country, along with Houston. Pacers are a playoff team. I don't watch enough NBA to know that. Colts finally have accountability.
Listen, the Big Ten, they do. The Big Ten does this every year, and this is coming from an Illini fan. The Big Ten does this every year. Well, they'll look good early. Then they'll play their gauntlet conference schedule, and then when tournament time comes around, we all just shit the bed. All of us. We all shit the bed, and we look like an embarrassment in the NCAA tournament. And now you're talking about a conference that's implementing so many new guys except for Indiana, which I'm still not even bought in on because all they've beaten is Xavier, who they honestly should have lost to.
Hey, they beat
I would love for the Big Ten to end up being the best conference by the end of it. I would, because like that just boosts up Illinois' resume potentially. But right now, I ain't buying it.
You saw how tough the ACC was with Virginia. The Hoosiers will see how tough the ACC is on November 30th when they play North Carolina. So that should be a fun test there for the Hoosiers. But hey, don't disrespect too. They had two exhibitions versus NAIA powerhouses, Marion and St. Francis. I think
Indiana's going to be good. In that game against Xavier, they should have lost, but they did come through and get a big road win. It was respectable. I think Xavier is a solid. I think they're a Big East school or American school. I don't know. They're a solid basketball program, but I need to see more for me to fully buy in on them even winning the Big Ten. That's for sure. Yeah. So
I don't know if I agree with Jack R's comment too, saying Indiana top 2 team, MSU top 5 team, Illini top 10, Purdue top 25, Michigan will be fine, Iowa is good, Maryland, Wisconsin,
Michigan
Indiana top
Arizona
10.
State, man.
Michigan State isn't that. Michigan State, like we said yesterday, they don't have the scorers, so I'm not sure.
But they beat some decent teams, but they're definitely not a top 5 team. Like I need to see more. It's early. So
Illinois is the true one right there. Indiana, MSU, frauds.
Even I think Illinois is ranked properly correct. I think being in the top 20, closer to number 20 is fine. I think that makes a lot of sense. They have the talent. They have one of the top recruiting classes this year, and they have the best transfer in the country. So it makes sense. But
I think I'll go real Bill Simmons on you. I think it's a Ewing effect thing here. They did lose Kofi, who it would be their best player on this team, but I think it makes them faster and more suitable to win in the NCAA. But I also think they're like a top 7 team. I'll go better than Jack R saying top 10. I think they're a top 7 team. I think
they could be by the end of the year. They just got a lot of growing to do.
They'll be in the Elite 8. Mark it here. November 23rd.
You don't say that, Sean, because you said the same type of thing about Texas, and look at what Texas is doing.
Texas was different. Texas is different. All right. Texas is cursed. Sarah, let's see our bank. Speaking of cursed, our bank. I got a turkey up. Cody's got a turkey up. The Action Network crashed, so Cody can't track his bets anymore. So he doesn't know his
BetSync is an awesome tool. Like
it's a good feature.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're using DraftKings, that's why you can't use it anymore. But if you like to check other books just to see other lines and stuff, Action Network is a great app to just be able to see all the different lines, but also other books are being tracked they can track your bets with BetSync, and hopefully they bring it back to DraftKings soon. That's all I can say.
Yeah, it was a nice feature, and I found out about it like 3 days ago. And then they took it away. So it was a nice 3 days. But anyways, and Jack R said, I'll remember this. Hey,
remember how you said you took Guardians to win the World Series, Jack. We're not always right, and we're not always wrong.
We're, in the middle. We do want to let you know, we are right about this, though. DraftKings is the best sports book out there. DraftKings Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the NFL, and it's where I go to bet on the NFL. It's where Cody goes to bet on the NFL this holiday season, and we are so excited for Thursday Night Football. You can bet the Lions or the Bills to win. If you think the Bills will win by 10 points, take the spread. You got the Giants and you got the Cowboys, a huge NFC matchup. Do you think the Giants are really going to get blown out on Thanksgiving? I don't know about that. They were, they only had 2 losses just a couple of weeks ago. And then in the nightcap, you got the Patriots and Vikings. Who doesn't love these 2 rivals? But if you want to fade the Patriots and Mac Jones and have Bill Belichick have a bad Thanksgiving, DraftKings Sportsbook is where you go to bet. So right now, new customers can bet just $5 on any NFL team to win their game and get $150 in free bets if they do. So I would say take $5, bet on the Bills. And when the Bills beat the Lions, you get $150 in free bets. There you go. That's if they win. So hopefully the Lions don't pull a crazy upset here. But also everyone can earn up to 100% boost with DraftKings stepped up same game parlays. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, place a same game parlay, and combine multiple bets like which team will win, player props, points totals, and more. And the more legs you add, the bigger the boost and the bigger your shot to win big. So go buy some Christmas presents with your winning. Duh. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code CHGO and place a $5 bet on any NFL team to win their game and get $150 in free bets if they do. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Use code CHGO when you sign up. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. And Cody, let's get into one of these games that you could bet on the money line. I'm not sure if you want to take this team to win. Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to try to, let me just shoehorn this in. You could take the Bears to win. Not sure if Justin Fields is going to practice, but he was cleared to try to practice, but he said he's in a lot of pain. But the Jets are starting Mike White. So if you have faith in the Bears this week, you could bet them on the money line at plus 205. And then if they're coming off that win, you could join us on December 4th for the CHGO tailgate. For more information about tickets, go to allchgo.com. But all food and drinks are included with the ticket. We'll be grilling up some Green Ridge Farm sausages. You got to try the jalapeno cheddar one. We'll also have some Liquid Death mountain water there. There's usually other refreshments as well, friends, of the adult kind. But yeah, Sunday, December 4th starts at 8:30 a.m. Roosevelt in Michigan, just about a 15-minute walk away from the park, and we have parking there as well. There's parking packages included when you're buying your ticket at allchgo.com. And diehards get 20% off. So if you are a diehard or want to be a diehard, you get a free shirt when you sign up. So if you want to become a diehard, go to allchgo.com, become a diehard, get the 20% off for the tailgate. Go buy the tailgate tickets, and then you'll get a free shirt as well. So it's a great deal, and come hang out with us on December 4th.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. And it's Bears-Packers, so it's like, the season's over, but like the only thing that's left in the season that we care about is beating the Packers, because that team, man, do we look this is like one of the rare times in our lives where we can be like, man, we're in a better spot than the Packers. It's not something that we can say a lot. So just don't take it for granted. Come to the tailgate, hang out, eat your meat sticks from Green Ridge Farm, get your Liquid Death if you're not an alcohol person, or have a couple White Claws or Whites, whatever. Yeah, whatever. It's going to be a good time. But wear layers, though. It's going to be cold.
Yeah. Bring out your nice winter jacket. And Caleb saying 18 in the comments. I have no idea what you're talking about, Caleb. If you want to ask it, if you want to elaborate a little bit more, I'd love to help you out. Let's jump into some of our bets. And actually, let's just look at this Bears matchup first. Sunday, 12 o'clock. I know we have Thanksgiving. We'll get into Thanksgiving right after this, but it's the Bears. Spread is 6. Bears getting 6 points in New York. Over under 38.5. Money line is plus 205. Here's the thing. Mike White will be starting for the New York Jets. And Zach Wilson, what's this kid's name? It doesn't matter. He's a
Zach Wilson got benched today.
Oh, yeah, Zach Wilson, right. So Zach Wilson, whatever his name was, he got benched today because he sucks, and Justin Fields is better. But Justin Fields is hurt because Matt Eberflus and Luke Getsy kind of stinky. So it's probably looking like Trevor Siemian versus Mike White. And I know this might be blasphemous.
Justin Fields is day to day, from what I heard.
Well, so he was cleared to practice, but he also separated his shoulder.
Right.
So I'm hoping that the Bears have a lot more smarts to not play Justin Fields,
or
we just not make him a runner at all. They just be like, no more running, Justin. Sorry.
So shall we discuss this as if Justin Fields isn't going to start?
I would. I mean, that's why I think the Bears line. I mean, if the Bears had Justin, if the Bears had Justin Fields and the Jets were going to Mike White, I mean, you'd think that this line would definitely be closer than plus 6. I mean, the Bears, home field's usually plus 3. So the Jets are home field advantage and also plus 3 favorites. And you look at the over under 38.5. That just tells me that's Trevor Siemian going up against this great Jets defense. And that's Mike White going up against the Bears defense, where he just has to do enough to win because that Jets defense is so dangerous.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the total's at 38.5. And the Jets put up 3 points last week. Of course, with Zach Wilson as quarterback.
Yeah, and didn't allow a touchdown until the last seconds of the game. So that was a
brutal beat that was for me. By the way, I had Jets plus 3.5, and I had Jets money line. Man,
I thought you were about to say you had the under of what would that be, 7.5?
No,
it's damn, Cody. Or under 10.5.
No, I bet Jets money line on that game, and I had Jets plus 3.5. And yeah, this Jets team is there. I think they could be a playoff team, obviously more so in the wild card perspective, but 6 points, it's an important number because he hasn't hit the 7 yet. So, personally, you got to think that the Jets offense is going to be better with Mike White. I mean, it's not like he's a rookie. He's played games before. He started games for the Jets last year. But again, it's how much different is it compared to Zach Wilson? Well, it was like the spread was 5 this morning, and then that got announced. And next thing you know, the spread moves to 6. So you put Mike White in there, and now Vegas thinks that they're going to win by a touchdown, basically. I don't know. I mean, I'll say this, like, since we don't technically know, like, I would say wait on the spread, but like maybe sprinkle on the Bears money line only because if Justin Fields does start, then you're getting at really good value. Because if Justin Fields does start going up against Mike White, I don't care how good that Jets defense is. Justin Fields is him. And Mike White, like, I think he's just going to be a game manager. And the only thing that you can really be afraid of if you're a Bears fan as far as the Jets offense is, I guess, the run game, but it hasn't been nearly as good without Breece Hall. I don't know. Like, that's my play. Like, right now, I'm like, stay away. Like, maybe take the over just because, like, this Bears defense has been so bad and the overs hit on the last 3 Bears games. But can you bank on the Jets putting up some points? Like, as bad as this Bears defense has been, like, what do you expect out of this Jets offense, even with Mike White? Like, I feel like this is going to be a grind it, run it. Like, maybe the best play is the under. Like, I genuinely don't know. Talking it out right now, the best value play for me is maybe taking Bears +6 or the money line just because Justin Fields could play.
I don't think he's playing. I mean, I'm just gonna.
That's fair.
That's fair. I don't know. I
personally don't want him to play.
He was cleared to try to practice. He wasn't even cleared to practice.
Right.
It's the clearance to try to practice, and they're not going to hit him.
Now,
I don't think they're going to risk it. They're not going to risk it at all. They have 3 wins.
Yeah. If Fields doesn't play, then bet the Jets if you get it before it hits 7. Like, so maybe the right value play is getting the Jets right now.
I would say stay away. How about that?
At this point, too.
Stay away because
it feels like
you talked me out of my overplay. What was that?
Maybe, like, if you want to bet a prop, like maybe a defensive prop on a sack, because you know how bad this Bears offensive line is, and the Jets have some guys.
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
You know what I mean? Or
that's probably
Trevor Siemian to throw a pick.
Yeah, but the issue is with Mike White being announced as starter, and then the question marks about Fields. The only prop right now is a parlay where you can get Montgomery 80+ rushing yards and rushing touchdown at +175. So
I hate how long
I'd say wait
those out. And this isn't just on DraftKings. This is like every sports book. They take forever to put out the player props for these Sunday games. Like,
I don't know who's playing.
You know what I mean? That's true. And I know it has a lot to do with that, but it still annoys me.
Let's jump into some of these Thanksgiving games. We have Bills at Lions at 11:30. Bills -9 on the spread, over under at 54. And the Lions, if you really are feeling brave, you can get them on the money line at +350. Where are you going here?
So I'm going to take the under 54 here. The spread was actually 9.5, like right before we started the show. So it's moving down. So I don't know if you want to take, like, if I lean the Lions on covering the spread just because they're at home. It's 4 days. It's been 4 days. They're coming off a win. The Bills, they've had insane travel, like obviously with the game last week that was supposed to be in Buffalo, but was moved to Detroit against the Browns. So they played the Browns, and then they got back on a flight and went back to Buffalo. And now they're coming back just a few days later.
They really?
Yeah, they really did. They really did go back to Buffalo after that game, and then and then they're coming back. So they've had a lot of travel. You know how jet lag works, man. And I think the Bills win this game, but the Lions have shown that they can be in games. Like, they're not good. They should lose. They should not cover this, but I'm a little afraid on it. And the Lions play on Thanksgiving every year, so they're used to this. They're used to being in this position. But I'm taking the under just because I feel like more likely than not that you're like, I feel like the Lions could hang around for a half, and maybe some bad bounces or turnovers will happen and don't lead to points, and then the Bills pull away eventually. And also the Bills defense is just really good. And that's another thing too. Like if it does turn into a blowout, then I feel like the under is such intact because the Bills defense is really good. Like I said, I know they allowed some late points to the Browns last week. But again, 4 days rest. You know how those 4-day rests go for these teams that play on Thursday. They don't necessarily play their best. But I think the Bills defense will show up at the very least. So yeah, that's where I lean on that game.
Yeah, no, I understand it because you look back and through all the games that Buffalo's played, the only game to go over 54 was the Vikings game, and that game went to OT. And that game, you needed a strong offense to even put up 30 points against the Vikings. So I like that underplay, but it's also why I like the Bills, and I got them at 9.5. So I feel a little bit, bad closing line value there. But I do think that the Bills are actually just going to destroy these Lions. And I understand that they've been a little squirrely, but they beat Daniel Jones and the Giants, right? They didn't beat the Bills and Josh Allen. And this field will be very familiar, right? This building will be very familiar. The routine will be hopefully very familiar as it just was. So not only am I going to take Bills minus 9.5, I think I'll also join you on under 54 just because I do think this is going to be like a 38-3 game. Go look at the Bills early season scores. I think it's going to be a lot more like that than the past couple of games where 31-23 versus the Browns, 33-30 versus the Vikings. I think they'll find a lot more success against this Lions secondary. And I also like Bills defense to score a touchdown at plus 370 just because it's Jared Goff, baby. You're going to get some miscues there. So I'll take Bills defense to score at plus 370. So that's I'll probably put that in a parlay. The spread, the under, and then Bills to score a touchdown. And then, hey, if I make that parlay, I can probably tease that that total to like 56.5, and that way I can give myself a little cushion there too. And I could probably then make it 7.5 or 6.5 for the Bills, and then I just got to hope for a Bills defensive score, and we're gonna have a nice Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's a lot of hoping, but no, I do lean the Bills on the spread to cover. It's just a weird. It's just the semantics coming into the game. It's just weird. Like it's kind of like I think back to when the Eagles and the Texans played on Thursday Night Football a few weeks ago, and the Eagles were 14-point favorites on the road. Well, here we are. The Bills are 9-point favorites on the road, and will they play as good as they should against a bad team? Well, the Eagles did not do that against the Texans. And I attribute a lot of that just to the fact that they're coming off 4 days rest. But I don't know. Again, I think the under is the safe play here, but I do lean Bills minus 9.
All right, let's go to the next one. Giants Cowboys. This one's at 330. Giants getting 10 on the spread, over under at 45.5. And if you're feeling brave for the Giants, money line's at plus 410. I think I saw on your spreadsheet here, you got Giants plus 10. I'll jump on you with that, especially at plus 100 for those odds. So you're getting plus money on plus 10. And I don't think that the Cowboys are bad or they had a fraudulent game against the Vikings, but everything went right for them in that game. And I think everything really went wrong for the Giants in that Lions game. I think that they'll keep it close. And even then, I still see this being like a 27-17 game at worst. They covered. So let's go. Plus money.
Yeah, no, I see my idea behind this. The Giants are coming off, let's be real, they're coming off a bad loss to the Lions. And they're a team that I think could sneak into that wild card spot. The NFC East is really good. And then, so like, not only do they have that, I guess, motivation in a way, but again, 4 days rest for the Cowboys. Big spread here. You're coming off destroying the Vikings. You're coming off a really high point after a low point. You're going home, prime time, divisional game. Like, how many times have we seen this and the Cowboys flop? Now, I don't know if the Giants are going to win outright, but I do think that, yeah, they're going to lose by less than 10 points, in my opinion. I think that the Giants are going to be in this game. They're going to be able to run the ball.
Now, the big question is will they be able to protect Daniel Jones just for a little bit for him to be able to actually make a throw? Because like I don't think Daniel Jones is great by any means. I think he's a very okay quarterback. There's definitely worse quarterbacks than Daniel Jones. But what has Brian Daboll done this year to make this Giants team good? They've put him in situations to succeed. They've put him in situations to where it's not all on him to make the play and all that. So again, I love that it's a divisional game. I love that, they're going to be the one game at that time. I just think the Giants are going to bounce back in a way to where at least if they do lose, it's respectable. There's no way. I don't see them losing. I don't see them losing by 2 touchdowns for sure. So, but this Cowboys offense is playing very well right now, especially after that game against the Vikings. But I do think the Giants defense is better than the Vikings. So, the over-under at 45.5, I lean under, but the Cowboys could easily put up 30 points themselves. And that's why I'm kind of like, I don't know. I like the spread more than I do the total.
Yeah, they're a good running team, so I just think that if they do get a lead, they just might try to run some clock out. And hey, 27 plus 17, that's 44. So that was what came out of my head. So that would be the under there. So if I had a lean, I'd probably go with that. But I can give you a parlay too at plus 550. Micah Parsons plus 2 sacks, Cowboys plus 4 sacks, and the under 49.5 at plus 550. So again, if you're looking for some parlay action for some of these games, that could be where you look. Let's go to the night game for Thanksgiving. Patriots and Vikings. Spread is 2.5 for the Patriots. Over under 42.5. And if you're feeling brave, Patriots money line at plus 120. This one's in Minnesota. Give me the Vikes to cover. I think they win by at least 3. And that one's going to be an easy cash at minus 115.
Sean, I'm not betting on Kirk Cousins on primetime again. I did it week 2.
You're going to bet on Mac Jones?
I would rather bet on Bill Belichick on primetime 4 days rest than Kirk Cousins and a rookie head coach. Yes, I would rather do that.
Have fun, sir. Have fun. That's your money. That's your money, sir.
I hope you have a good night. The Vikings should win this game. They were underdogs against the Cowboys, and everyone was like, why are they underdogs? And then they got blown out by the Cowboys. A Cowboys team that was coming off allowing a 2 touchdown comeback against a bad Packers team. I don't know. Like, again, I think that the Vikings are the better team here, but I'm riding with the better coach, and I'm not riding with Kirk Cousins on primetime. Not
all right. I don't blame you. Let's go through your final big 3 here. I think did you have your big 3? You cleared it out?
That was it.
All right, there you go. Patriots
those are
money
my
line.
Thanksgiving plays. As far as the NFL, but if you follow us on Twitter, I'll probably have some more for the college football games tomorrow, and also I'm sure there'll be a college basketball play in there as well.
Yeah, I got a college football play for you. Let's see my picks, and I got some college basketball ones. So I'm going Mississippi State plus 2.5 at minus 105. That's in the Egg Bowl tomorrow. So if you're looking for some college football action, hey, if you want to be brave, take Mississippi State on the money line. I like that bet as well. I think Mississippi State wins this game. I think Lane Kiffin's head is in Alabama, mainly at the University of Auburn. He's real excited to sign that contract. So I think that Mississippi State wins this Egg Bowl. And then I also like Tennessee tonight against Butler, getting 6.5 points. I like Arizona to win the Jim Maui Gym. Or is it just the Jim Maui? Or is it the Maui Gym? Maui Invitational title. So I like Arizona to beat Creighton. And then I like Southern Miss getting 1.5 minus 115. I would also like the Golden Eagles on the money line as well. So those are my 3 college basketball picks for you. And Southern Miss right now is actually up 8 points or 9 points. So let's go. They're up 8 points against the Fort Wayne Mastodons. So charge on, Golden Eagles. Let's go.
Yeah, no, I as far as the Arizona game, I do lean Arizona more so than I do Creighton. Creighton looked pretty good yesterday. But I am looking at that total, and I kind of feel like the over is actually a good play this time. The total is 164, and Creighton played against a good Arkansas defense and still put up 90. Arizona, they scored 80 some. and they still allowed 70. I don't know. I think this game's close. The only thing that scares me is the fact that because these two teams, I don't want to say that they're evenly matched, but like all it takes is just a couple minutes where there's where there's like no scoring, and then the under is a lock. But I could very easily seeing both teams scoring 90 in this one.
Over under in the Maui Jim Maui Invitational, 4-4. So who knows?
It's tough.
We're not.
But I do lean Arizona. I even like Arizona -3. But you got it at -140. Congratulations! It's now up to -155. So
let's go. Let's go. Wildcats. They always say bear down though, so that makes no sense.
They always say bear down, and I don't get it. But
we're the Bears. That's it for CHGO Bets Daily. Make sure you follow Cody on Twitter at Cody_CHGO for any more NFL picks. If you are looking for some money line sprinkle, and Jordan wants to say, or Jordo wants to say hi before we sign off. I do like the Jags money line against the Ravens. I do feel like the Ravens are a bit fraudulent. I also
I've been like that all year.
What's that?
I said I've been thinking that all year too.
Yeah, I really don't like them that much. And then I also that's it. I think that's it. Those are all the games I like.
Yeah, I mean,
there's not a lot of. You like the Rams at 8-1? No.
No.
Packers at
Chiefs.
Packers against the Eagles? No.
No.
Yeah. Oh, I like the Steelers. Sorry, Jack R, if you're still watching. I like the Steelers on Monday night at +120. Give me that. So I'll take the
Mike Tomlin as a dog. Yes, on prime time as a dog
against Jeff Saturday. Get the fuck out of here.
That team blew a freaking huge lead too against the Eagles last week. Yeah, and Kenny Pickett's starting to play pretty well the last couple weeks. They kept up with the Bengals. A lot of people thought Kenny Pickett wasn't that good, and I'm like, well, give him some time.
It just started.
Though I do like the Bengals -2 against the Titans. Jamar Chase. Joe Burrow said today that Jamar Chase is going to play on Sunday. I don't know what that means because Joe Burrow said it, but if Jamar Chase plays against this Titans team, I feel like they have a good chance to win. Like, and that should be a good one too because both teams are really good in my opinion.
Well, Bengals can run the ball too, so I think that's the one thing. If you
can
run the ball against right, but if you could run the ball against the Titans, I think that's like the great kind of leveler. But anyways, those are our picks for the NFL slate. Jordo wants to know when Cubs talk is. I think you guys are.
We already did our show. Just go.
There you go.
Go to CHGO Sports YouTube, which you're already on, but hit the live tab or something, or hit the videos tab, and you can find today's show.
And make sure you like and subscribe as well. We're trying to climb to that big Jordan number, 23,000 subscribers. So help join the club there. And we got Sox coming at 4 p.m. So we will talk to you then. Thank you, Cody. Again, follow him on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. Follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. Thank you to Sarah for producing the show. Jayhawks got to win, Sarah. So there you go. Rock chalk. We will talk to you tomorrow, or not tomorrow. We'll talk to you on Friday when we are millionaires.